Welcome to a world of thrills, a world of drama, of capes and tights, a world where death is a revolving door. Welcome to the Geek Matrix.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geek Matrix. Like I just said, if you know what I'm talking about. I can't even do the fucking voice anymore. It was so long ago. All right. Yes. Hello, everyone. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually done a proper intro because we usually just jump into jokes. I am joined today by Brandon.
Yes. Hello. I'm back.
And Josh.
Hey, I'm back too, but just back from last week. In between there, I tried to get to be friends with Killer Croc. He's been showing himself to be kind of a nice guy lately. I'm trying to get to know him, but turns out he's just got a really tough exterior.
God, I'm so glad I was on vacation.
He didn't do any of these while you were away.
Oh, really?
I blame you now.
I feel so honored.
And honestly, Josh, by the sounds of it, if he's being that toothy, you should probably scale it back a bit.
Oh, see? Oh, that was
Let's just put this to bed.
excellent. That was awesome. I need to be faster with that rim shot.
Here all night. All right, we are here to talk about all sorts of comics. We're all here with our respective J's.
I don't have a J.
My J is young J. I have old man J.
Brandon's J, and Josh's J is not the typical kind of J, but the one that smokes.
But Josh and I can't
Wait,
match
what?
because Josh has a lovely Cassandra Cain Batgirl, and I am very happy. I sound like I'm an NFL about to announce my team, but I have my recently acquired. I almost said Cassandra Cain, Stephanie Brown, Batgirl, new in package because I just picked it up, which is why I was late.
I love Cassandra Cain.
Yes.
So now I've just realized. So Josh has Cassandra, thanks to Brandon. By the way, Brandon, awesome, fine, dude. That's a sexy figure.
Yeah. Shit.
So Josh has Cass. Brandon just acquired Steph. I think it might be time for me to go to the anime store at the mall and pick up that Barbara Gordon that I've
But the question is, actually, I should ask you, which one is it?
It's Three Jokers Batgirl.
Oh, yes.
Three Jokers
That's a good one.
which is actually a really good design.
I just saw, and I can't remember which, but I just saw a Barbara Gordon 2-pack in which she was Batgirl and then also Barbara Gordon in the wheelchair.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had an Oracle figure.
That's awesome.
It would take me a while to go back and look through my history, but I'll find it and drop it in Discord for you guys.
Is it brownish beige pants, green shirt, glasses?
Yep.
Yeah, that's like it's like her Oracle costume.
Right. Well, not anymore. Now she has that green jacket.
Yeah, but it's still green. That's what matters.
They're keeping the green motif.
Yeah, it's funny that she has a color scheme.
Well, I guess it fits because like her Oracle icon is also green. So
yes, but why the beige pants?
Everybody, because khakis go with everything.
It's true.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they though?
Are you one of those guys that hates cargo shorts?
No, I have cargo shorts, but I don't like them.
Can you even call yourself an authentic geek if you don't own at least 3 or 4 pairs of cargo shorts? I'm ashamed to say that.
Seriously.
I
don't
have something to hold the Magic cards and Pokemon cards when you go to the comic shop on Friday Night Magic.
I own basketball shorts.
Backpack around, just have the deck right in the side pocket.
In the side pocket. See, you already know.
Yeah.
I have basketball shorts and cargo shorts and boxer shorts, and that's the end of my shorts.
So what are the shorts?
Cargo shorts, basketball shorts, and boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts.
That's it, man. I cannot wear it. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just a weird sense of style, but like wearing a pair of shorts with no pockets on the sides feels wrong.
It's weird. It's like wearing swim trunks.
Yes.
Feels wrong.
Wait, do y'all swim trunks not have shorts? Or your trunks don't have pockets?
Sometimes, yeah. It's weird.
Like you wonder why they have pockets because it doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
'cause it's
but,
like,
but all of mine have pockets.
what are you going to be keeping in your pockets as you swim?
Exactly.
But, yeah.
A life-proof phone, or not life-proof, life
Waterproof.
case. Is that what it's
Maybe?
called?
Waterproof.
Yeah, waterproof. Sure.
Yeah. Spray your phone with Never Wet. Does that even exist anymore?
Never wet.
Never Wet by Rust-Oleum.
Ah.
Yeah, it was a 2-part epoxy spray that you could spray on literally anything, and it would keep it waterproof. Like they had in the initial commercial when it first released, they had people like spraying their shoes and cracking their phone open, spraying the inside of their phone, and putting it back together, and it would still work, and it was waterproof.
I mean, your
That's
shoes are
crazy.
gonna get wet. Like,
Not anymore.
I don't understand this
anymore.
mentality. Of, like, they can't possibly
really
get a drop
like
of water
they
on it.
actually showed after spraying it with Never Wet, it would change the color slightly, but they put their shoe while wearing it into a muddy puddle, and the water just like dripped off it like it was clean.
Oh, that's funny. We just
Yeah,
saw
I
a
don't know.
blanket that's
Stop.
exactly like that.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not that much of a stickler about my shoes, but I'm just like, if they get wet, they get wet. They can dry off.
I mean, it was just an example of things that get dirty constantly. Like you could spray this on fucking anything.
I saw a fucking commercial. Holly showed it to me here just a few days ago. Not like a commercial on TV, but you know those fucking video ads on Instagram or wherever the hell it was she was scrolling. For a waterproof blanket. So there's this.
For those nights you want to cuddle in the ocean.
Right. So it starts off with the picture of this bed and this big, gray blanket, and the guy just walks up and he pours a whole glass of water on it, and he picks the edges up and moves the water around, and then he flips the blanket back and says, "She deserves more than just a towel, man." And that's the end of the commercial.
Wow. I'm sold.
I'm fucking right.
I need 5 now.
Oh shit.
I mean, if that is not just intelligent marketing, I don't know what is.
Fucking brilliant. I need one.
I'm
I
fucking saying.
fucking need one. Oh god.
I'm like, you want to talk about how to sell shit? You talk
Yeah.
about real life how to sell
That's brilliant marketing. Just because I like to ruin things by making sure I'm on the right track. We're all thinking the same thing, right?
shit. No.
I'm pretty sure.
No? Oh shit.
I mean, yeah, who wants to spill a soda in bed?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nobody wants that. I was
All
thinking
right.
soup.
Well, we are on episode 169,
Ha ha
I
ha.
forgot something.
or legacy number. Oh, picked up from the commercial. I get it. We're on episode 169, or as we started last week, legacy number 4,525.
Were you able to hear? Did you check out last week's episode, Brandon, while you were away?
I haven't actually. I'm
Okay,
still like,
so-
because it was so crazy with Comic-Con and everything. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
I bet.
So I made a mistake at the beginning where I completely forgot we were already numbering the shows,
Oh no.
and I was thinking of like week of comic releases from all time of DC.
Uh,
So we actually took a minute, did the math, and figured out it was week number 4,500 what, Josh?
4,525 this week.
Since 1936.
wow.
Yeah. So we have legacy numbering on our show now.
Oh, God. Which I suppose is fitting considering Josh has been reading comics since 1950.
Oh! Oh, I need to blow my nose now. I'll be right back.
Got him.
Sorry, I already made that joke to my NCS earlier this week. I had it. It's perfectly
Oh,
timed.
so good. I don't know what was better, the joke or Josh's reaction.
I know. I killed him.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Oh.
How's your nose there, Josh?
You okay there, old man?
The only thing worse than getting Coke shot up your nose is getting Coke shot up your nose when it's foamy.
Oh, so sorry.
That's all right. It was damn funny.
God.
That whole discussion in Discord, I was sitting here laughing my ass off on it.
Oh, yesterday.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holly gets upset when I make fun of how old I am, and
Yeah.
mostly because I can never remember my exact age.
No, okay.
But she's like, man, you're not that old, just kind of like you guys do. But yesterday I was like, yes, old jokes, fuck yeah.
I feel like that's how it has to be. You got to just steer into the skid, you know?
Yep.
Just accept the old jokes. You're like, yep.
Absolutely.
That's how it
Point
is.
you have to, yeah.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if I ever told you guys the story. This was bloody years ago
Mm.
when I used to like. I was a loser that didn't go out, and I'd spend my Saturday nights on Omegle or Chat Roulette, and
Ooh.
I came
That's an
across.
experience.
I must have been like 26 or something.
Yeah.
I was bald then too, no beard. I was just
Mm.
going through people, and these two teenage girls show up, and they go, "Ew, is that Bruce Willis?" And then
Oh.
Oh. Ouch.
I think it's worse because they said ew. Is that Bruce
Yeah.
Willis?
yeah.
That's rough, man.
I wasn't even near my 30s at the time. I never
I'm
felt
sorry.
older. But like you said, sometimes you gotta lean into it and just laugh sometimes.
What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Now, if you had hair, they would have been like, oh, that's Bruce Willis.
You gotta lean into it, like Josh not realizing none of us were alive when Jason Todd died.
Yes.
It's true. That is
Fucking
like, you got us all beat.
boo.
Well, you got us all beat, not just because you were alive when it happened, but you were alive and you can remember it vividly.
Not live. I can remember it. I remember my brother voting to kill him.
Yeah. Which I still can't believe. What did your brother have against Robin?
Oh, he's just fucked up. That's.
I mean, like it's
you
not
know,
even just it's
no,
50, almost 50%, over 50% of DC fans
Yeah.
at the time had something to do against Jason Todd.
Yeah, no, I mean he was all fucked up about there being a new Robin. He didn't like it from day
Yeah.
one. Yep, didn't like it from day one. You know,
That's
not
rough.
my Robin kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool.
speaking
I'm
of,
like, are you serious? Batman's recruiting this kid because he was able to steal the wheels off the Batmobile? Fuck yeah!
Yeah. I'll go steal some tires.
Yeah.
Right?
Rehab time. So speaking of that story of Death in the Family, in December we found out, I think earlier this week, DC is releasing
Drum roll,
I
please.
don't remember I think it's part 3 of A Death in the Family,
Mhm.
where they flipped the script this time, and because both a story that we got where Jason dies and a story where Jason lives were both written and drawn and completed,
Yep.
and just waiting to see which would win. So now DC is releasing that facsimile edition of that issue, but the story where Jason lives.
Which is
After
beautiful.
All the, like what,
Yes.
35 years?
Roughly, yeah.
Well,
somewhere
it-
near there.
That page, the original Jim Aparo page, like they've had reprints of that since at least like 2012, because they have a version in the Under the Red Hood trade paperback where they're like, oh, this is how it would have gone if Jason had lived, and they had the page all drawn, and I think they colored it and everything, and it might be in like one of the annuals that's in that story, but I think this is the first time like they're printing that whole issue with that page, so that'll be fun to read at least.
Yeah.
It
Alternate
will
history.
be mine.
Yes.
Yeah, a little alternate universe kind of
Yeah.
storytelling. If it leads into something like we get a universe where Jason never died and we get like an Elseworld story, I'm actually kind of down for that.
God, well, I feel like, oh shit, there might be, I don't even know if it still exists anymore, but like I vaguely remember from something online where they're talking about Countdown to Final Crisis, and there was like an Earth where Jason Todd was Batman and presumably he never died. If you like Google it, I'm sure you can find it.
Okay, I gotta go
but
back and read.
that would be cool if they did like a tie into that or something, like if Jason never died and he kind of ended up being Robin and then eventually took over as Batman. Like I would totally read that.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, just imagine like Nightfall if Jason was still alive, No
Yeah,
Man's
yeah.
Land, like all these '90s events if Jason was still there and Tim didn't become Robin.
Yeah. And what would Tim have been? Would he have even been a hero? Would he have existed in this universe?
I mean, he'd be around, but like
Yeah.
the whole reason he became a Robin was because he knew Batman needed one and Batman didn't
Mhm.
have one. But if Batman already had one, then he wouldn't need to become one.
Yeah.
But he might have still deduced Bruce's identity because he's smart.
Yes.
I'm
Oh
just.
wait, here we go.
Oh, you found it? Because I
yeah,
was sitting
so-
here thinking, I'm like wondering, are you remembering like the beginning of Battle for the Cowl?
No. Well, actually, funny you should mention that for two reasons. Number one, because they have a figure from the Batman Reborn line, which is the line that had the stuff that I just picked up, that they were putting on auction. That I tried to bid for, and it just got too expensive. I was like, I can't do this. But I
What was
wish
it?
I'd had it because it's such a wicked looking figure. It's like with the cowl and the guns. If you look up DC
Oh, yeah.
Direct, Batman Reborn, Batman, it's like the sickest thing you've ever seen.
I actually really liked that design.
Yeah. I don't know. Selfishly, if they ever were foolish enough to let me do a story with Jason Todd, I'd find a way to bring that
Wait,
back.
the
Not for any
Two-Face Batman?
No. So
No.
if you just look up DC Direct, Jason Todd Batman.
Oh,
or,
Jason Todd
Batman
Batman.
Reborn Batman, or Batman Reborn Jason Todd, or something like that. It'll show you it, but it's like, I don't know. It's the coolest thing. But this is the Earth I was talking about. Sorry, I'm not trying to derail the
15.
conversation, but Earth 15.
Interesting. I don't remember this one.
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the tall shoulders and shit. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh my god, that look.
it's so gorgeous.
Holy shit. Do you guys remember that creepy smile we complained about on The Flash? Ooh, this
I mean,
dude.
but it's fitting. It's fitting with Jason.
Yeah,
And
it's definitely fitting
there's like
at
so
that time.
in Battle for the Cowl, when Jason suits up as Batman and Dick is still like, fuck this, I'm not gonna be Batman. Like I said I wouldn't do it and I wouldn't. And there's like that issue where Tim suits up in the classic like yellow oval suit. There's
Uh-huh.
like a part of me that's just like, oh man. Like I know it would be really hard to tell between just a normal looking Batman in that suit and Tim Drake in that suit, but if we had a figure of that, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean it would just be like shorter and thinner.
Exactly, yeah.
Unless McFarlane made it.
Yes. And it would be ginormous.
Yeah.
It would be like big and bulky.
All right. So we have a lot of books to get through, but I want to hear something first. I want to ask a question before we get into that. Brandon, how was Comic-Con?
Oh my god. Well, I'll try and keep this relatively brief because it's Comic-Con is usually just a beast, but it was fun. It's always very fun. It's nice to pop down into New York City for a day or two, or for me it's 3 days, which is 2 days of the con and then 1 day of travel, which kills me. But no, it was really fun. It's just I feel like I usually have my routine, which is go to Artist Alley, try and get my shit signed, run from Artist Alley to panel, run back to Artist Alley, rinse, repeat, and then Saturday is just like I go to the exhibition hall and go ham and just like try and find as much shit as I can in the comic side of things. Although I did expand a little bit this year, so it wasn't just the comics. I did pick up a very nice looking Tim Drake, which I was happy about. But no, it was just a lot of fun, and I went to a little less panels this year just because I kind of wanted to spend more time with my friends. But I got to go to a couple, which were fun. I heard from this guy I was talking to outside the exhibition hall that the Gotham City panel, which I didn't go to, I just didn't have time, but that was supposedly really fun. And Chip Zdarsky was causing mayhem. I got to finally meet Chip Zdarsky in person. Rob, you were ahead of the punch you were ahead of the curve
All right.
on me on that one, but it was fun because I've probably told this story before, so I apologize if I'm repeating this, but I got to interview Chip in high school. It was very embarrassing. It's also still the image I have on my phone as my screensaver. But I knew Chip was coming in at New York Comic Con, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if he still remembers this embarrassing little interview where it was like 8 people crammed into a tiny English classroom, and it was me squeaking questions at him. And he did, I think. I don't know. He could have been lying to me, but I was like, I don't know if you remember this, but like 3 years ago when you're starting out on Daredevil, I cold called a bunch of comic writers, and you were like the only person who responded aside from Tim Seeley. And he was like, oh yeah, I remember that. It was a lot of fun. We talked about sex criminals. So no, it was a
love
good
Sex
time.
Criminals. It's a great
Sex
book.
criminals, yeah. No, good times. And then Jorge was like meeting God. I'm kidding. No, it was very funny. He's just like this beautifully handsome man. I don't know. It's just like he was very sweet because Chip and I were kind of talking, and then I made, because they were sat next to each other. I made my way over to him, and he's like reaches out with both hands, like shakes my hand. He's like, "Oh, pleasure to meet you," and he's like, "Do you want to get a picture?" And I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sweating bullets over here." Yeah, but no, it was really nice.
It's like,
And it
I'm
was
completely heterosexual, but you are too
I'm
fucking beautiful.
100% straight. So, maybe not for you.
Right?
But no, it was just nice to like get around and meet people, especially some of the creators that I thought I would never get the chance to, namely fucking Jeff Johns, which I'm still like
I am so jealous.
awestruck at, and I will forever cherish that photo of me and him holding the Flash and Kid Flash, which was slightly embarrassing, but I don't know. I was just like,
I don't think it's embarrassing. It was cool as hell, dude.
yeah. So I was just like, because I was so nervous because I got caught off guard because I thought he was only signing at like very specific times, and then I show up at the hall at like 10 o'clock and he's just there, and I was like, oh shit. So I'm going into overdrive trying to get everything that I want prepared and signed, and the line is moving super fast, and then I get there and I'm just like, anyway, here you go. I love your Flash. Also, if you wouldn't mind, if you could just, I have these 2 figures and you can choose, and we can just like pose together. And he was like, yeah, cool. And it's like, these are really well made, and yeah. So anyway, that was New York Comic Con, crazy as usual, but a lot of fun. I think the highlight though was, aside from that, was actually getting to meet G. Willow Wilson, because she had like no one at her booth, which I thought was really odd.
Oh my god, that's so insane.
Yeah,
man.
and I just like literally, I just like walked up, and she was like, "Oh, it's a little bit of a lull right now, but I'm more than happy to sign your book, and if you want to get a picture and everything." And it was just really
Holy
cool.
Shit. Dude, I would have sent you a Poison Ivy #1 if I would have known that.
Well, if I had known that you would have wanted that, I totally would have picked up one from Midtown and gotten you an extra one, because I got mine signed. But
I don't even know what G. Willow Wilson looks like, and Holly knows that she has moved into one of my celebrity hall passes.
Yeah, she was really nice.
I don't even know what she looks like. She's just an amazing writer.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Again, it was just a lot of like, I was like a mayfly just running around Artist Alley for hours, just trying to get everything signed. And
I bet
it was, yeah, it's always fun, but it's a colossal fucking pain, because like, just imagine schlepping around about 15 pounds worth of books.
Oh god, yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Trying to time everything perfectly. It's just painful.
That was me in August.
You can't scare me.
It's terrible.
I'd have to take a wheelchair. It wouldn't take nothing.
I mean, like, dude, I would gladly be like your Sherpa and carry your stuff around, but I'm like,
shit be in my lap.
You might have to like pay me in food or something. It's no easy task. Like, no. I was still hurting. And it's been almost a week.
Yeah, it'll go away in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But no, it was just a great time, and I'm always glad that I get the chance to go and hang around for a few days. Trying to think if there was anything else significant. Oh, I guess there was the. Has Robert Kirkman ever come to any conventions at in Toronto or in Canada? I'm just curious.
I want to. I couldn't tell you for sure, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure he has.
Yeah, because I know Robert Kirkman. Obviously, I think maybe I'd seen one interview with him, but I knew relatively little about his public persona. And he was doing the Energon panel with Josh Williamson and
Nice.
two of the other artists and everything. And you want to talk about people who just like have a weird stage presence. I feel like the next time if he ever does another panel, I'll have to go, because he was just like, I don't even know if I could call it entertaining, but he just had like a weird energy that I can't quite describe. I taped it because I was like, I have to listen to this again just to make sure I wasn't going crazy. But it was bizarre. It was a little bizarre. I got to think about it a little bit some more, because I don't know if he's like a catty person, but he just had like, maybe he was just trying to be playful. I don't know, but it was just like almost like he was trying to be like a curmudgeon-y type person, but in a teddy bear sort of way. That made sense to someone, I'm sure, but I don't know. I don't have a way of describing it.
A grumpy teddy bear?
Yeah, like a grumpy teddy bear.
So a PG-13 Ted.
Yeah, because he was always just like, oh, I'll spoil this or I'll fire you, which obviously he's not going to do.
Right.
But he kept saying that to Williamson, and I was just like, I couldn't tell. I was like, does he actually not like him, or is this a bit, or like, I don't know. Like, I can't tell. I can't read people well enough to figure out whether or not he was just joking, or if
I think
like,
it's safe to assume he doesn't like him.
it could be. But then again, like, I mean, Williamson's
just
had a
kidding.
number of books at Skybound, so like, can't hate him. So I don't know. Anyway, that was New York Comic Con. Lots of fun.
Fun.
Picked up way too much shit. Spent way too much money. And I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the Green Lantern Sinestro Corps War trade paperback that will be coming to you, Sir Robert, in
Much appreciated.
hopefully a week or so. I just gotta pony up the cash for that, because international shipping is a pain in the ass. But I'm very proud of that, because I was able to get that signed by pretty much everyone on the creative team, with the exception of Dave Gibbons and Ivan Race. If I played it right, could have gotten Ivan Race, but I was able to do it, and I got it all personalized, and I think you will very much appreciate it. But just looking out for you, man. I knew it would mean a lot.
Oh man, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna read it right away.
Yeah. And it's a complete one too, so like you don't have to skip between trades. You just start that motherfucker and you finish it.
I can't wait to see the thickness, because you and I were talking about it. I have it.
Yeah, I can show you if you want.
Yeah, right there, because the hardcover
Yeah.
for Sinestro Corps War is in 2 parts, but
It's
the,
like-
the trade is 1 volume.
Yeah. If you hold it, or
This
when
is
you
pretty
hold
thick,
it,
actually. Why don't you show me
when you
there?
hold it, like it's not as thick as you think it would be. So I think it must be a thinner paper or something, but it's the same content. It's just
I mean, the hardcovers are pretty
solid.
thin.
yeah,
So
But anyway,
looking at
this-
the trade there, like that's definitely
all for you, my friend. So
Pat Gleason.
yeah. Oh
no
my God.
fear.
Actually, that'll be my last point. Pat Gleason, America's sweetheart, because I knew, I was like, I don't want to approach him again, because I had him sign like 7 books at C2E2, and I felt really bad because I kept coming back, and I was like, God, I feel so fucking annoying. So I went up and I was like, hey, I got to be honest with you. I know there was like a really annoying guy at C2E2. I don't know if you remember. I hope you don't. But that was me, and I was like, I wanted to apologize, because I know that was like a lot. And he's like, dude, don't even worry. Like that's what I'm here for. So it was really nice about it. But
Right on.
no, I was happy to get it.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, no, one more thing. It's more funny. Pete Tomasi shaved his beard, and it was the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Holy shit.
Let me see if I can find a picture. And I wasn't the only one who recognized this, because someone walked up to his booth and was like, "Oh my God, you shaved your beard," and he was like, "Yeah," and that was it.
That's crazy. That'd be like Tom Selleck shaving off his
Hold up,
mustache.
hold up.
It's trademark.
This is frightening. I saw it and I was like, this can't be.
Whoa.
Crap.
Oh my god, it don't even look like him.
I know. I was like, who is this? Like completely shaved, clean.
Fucking
Yeah, that's
backup
so-
actor for a Kevin
Yeah,
Smith movie.
I know. I was like, who is Stan?
That's accurate. And one of my favorite things that you mentioned was Jeremy Adams remembered you. And
Yeah.
remembered us.
Oh man. No, he was. Well, that was like a little bit of like, both of us were kind of. I mean, obviously, I knew Jeremy Adams, but like,
Right.
I kind of just approached, and he was like giving me the eye, like, I know you, but I don't know why I know you. I was
I
like,
didn't kick you out of a
couple months
hall
ago,
one
and he was
time,
like,
did I?
I knew it. But yeah, no, he was really cool. He was probably. I mean, we talked to him, but like, you guys know, he's like the most down to earth person.
Oh god,
just
yeah.
out there. And he was like just super personable. He was just like, hey, how are you enjoying the con? Like, did you pick up anything good? Like, just the nicest guy. So I got Green Lantern and Flash signed, and like, we just kind of talked for a little bit, and it was really cool. It was just nice to actually get to meet him face to face.
The other day, I went down a Jeremy Adams rabbit hole.
Yes.
Because I stumbled upon the new Mortal Kombat Legends Johnny Cage movie. And I'm just looking through the credits. I'm like, holy shit, Jeremy Adams wrote this?
Yeah.
Because I knew that he did Super Sons and I knew that he did Warworld. What I did not know was that he did the entire Lego Monkey King series. He did all of the Mortal Kombat ones, and he's done a whole plethora of DC animation.
Yeah, no, he's like a pretty busy
books that he's
screenwriter.
written. I don't think the man has slept in at least 14 years. There's no way.
The entertainment business for you, baby. But I think, I don't know if it's been formally, and I think it has, but he's doing a Flash Gordon book for.
Oh my
Wow.
god!
I don't remember the publisher, but if you look it up, it might already
Flash
been
Gotta
announced.
be Dynamite. I
Yeah, either
think.
Dynamite or
They
something
put,
like that.
I think they sold the rights.
Could
yeah,
be Dark
but-
Horse.
But he basically was just, when we were talking, he was just like, yeah, I think after the Flash Gordon book, like, if you guys would, if you ever want to have me back, I'd be totally happy to do it. So I think if we wouldn't mind having him for a round two, like,
Hell
cool.
no, dude!
Yeah,
I
cool.
grew up
Back.
loving Flash Gordon, man. Hey, you
Yeah,
out there?
I'd love to
Screw
talk
you,
about
Ming.
But yeah, no, to your point, yeah, he's a busy ass screenwriter. And I don't know if he's still doing that. I don't know if he's like comics full time now, but
No, he literally just released a brand new Mortal Kombat movie.
oh, well then there you go. Because I follow him on Instagram. I know he was, he's with the WGA strike and everything. Like most everything was on pause, but yeah, I didn't realize he was still that active. So props to him. Coolest
Right?
guy.
It's
Coolest
like
guy.
peel me off some of your energy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's such a
Please.
thrill to talk to. Such a fun.
Oh
guy.
yeah. I'm still like, so happy you had set that up. Like, that was such a great show.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that somebody got back to me. All right. So I think I want to say that's it. I don't think there was any other comic news, right? I mean,
Not
there was a
that
whole
I-
There were
bunch of announcements.
Yeah, a
last
whole bunch
week,
of like
but
announcements
we
from
did cover
the
some
convention. Yeah, I don't know how much you guys actually talked about.
because we came up. There was a whole bunch, I think, announced either the day before or the day of the show, and then
I think it was the day of, because
one,
there was. Did
like,
you
there was
guys
a
talk
bonus
about?
we did the Elseworld stuff.
You did do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
It's getting warm in here. I'll be
And-
right back, guys.
Okay, yeah, no worries. And I know there was the announcement about Action and Superman. I don't know if you guys talked about that.
Oh yeah, we did not talk about that yet.
Yes, because that is somewhat relevant to.
That is pretty big
Go
actually.
Bucks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just going through our comics chat to see what we might have missed.
Mm,
Oh, there's actually a couple more things.
yes.
So yeah, so I was gonna say we can wait for Josh to come back, but no, we're already live, so let's just go for it.
Shit.
Yeah, Action Comics next year, I think in January,
Something like that.
something like that. Philip Kennedy Johnson is no longer going to be writing it, unfortunately.
Ugh,
Yeah,
so
it's actually
sad.
a damn shame.
Yeah.
But Marvel superstar Jason Aaron is going to be taking over for 3 issues, which is honestly pretty freaking wild to think about.
I
But
guess
I'm
it
kinda
depends on who
stoked.
you ask, because some people are
Yeah,
like, yeah, Jason Aaron, and then some people are like, oh, Jason
Jason
Aaron.
Aaron, yeah. But it
Ugh.
also depends on your exposure to Jason Aaron. Depending on
That's
the
true.
series
Yes.
read by him, would really alter your opinion. I read the
Yes.
good Jason Aaron stuff.
See,
I didn't.
I've read the good and the not so good. So, but I'm more inclined towards the good.
Yeah,
And I think generally he has a pretty good track record.
yeah. And then, like I said, like, this is it's 3 issues.
Yeah.
It's a one-off story, which will be leading into the next writer to take over is Joshua Williamson,
Mhm.
who will be taking the reins from Jason Aaron and setting up the big Superman line crossover
Mhm.
that he's been building towards with Brainiac.
Yeah.
That'll be happening next year. So, PKJ no longer on Action Comics. Jason Aaron taking over temporarily, and then Joshua Williamson after that. And then after that, who fucking knows?
Yeah.
At least we don't, anyway.
Do
But that's what we
you
know right now.
do you anticipate Jason Aaron doing more with the Superman line, or is this just kind of like dipping his toe and then maybe going somewhere else?
I
'Cause
could
he's pretty
see
committed to
this.
DC.
I could see this being DC. Be like, okay, well, like, see how you feel with Superman. We've got
Yeah.
this stuff going on. Rate this one-off story, and then if you like it, keep going.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
how are we feeling about that?
I'm so on the fence about it. I love PKJ's Action Comics, as do we
Yeah.
all.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
I'm also very excited to see what Jason Aaron can do with Superman.
In one issue, and then they hand it over to the guy that's already fucked up Superman.
It's
Well,
three
Fuck
that's
issues.
off.
Three
just
issues.
your
Three,
opinion.
3 issues he's got.
Yeah.
And then Joshua Williamson's doing his crossover thing. So I do suspect that maybe once that's done, PKJ might get the reins back. I'm hoping.
Mhm. Yes.
hoping,
Well,
but
I think he might like be done because I think
Yeah.
he made an
Definitely
announcement
makes it
somewhere that
sound
was like,
it's
yeah,
finite.
he's off action, or he's
Yeah.
finished his story at least.
Yeah, which is crazy because I feel like there's so much more to happen.
I know. That's why I'm like, how the hell are you gonna wrap all this stuff up by
Yeah.
like January?
Like, he's basically opened up the universe
Yeah.
for stories. He's restarted DC Cosmic almost single-handedly,
Yep.
and
Don't worry. In
Now
about
there's
5 or
all
6
this shit
issues,
happening.
somebody will come in and fuck it all up.
Well, my
I
hope
not.
is that
well, like, he's still doing it with
yes,
Green
It's
Lantern
like-
War Journal. So
yeah,
but even that's temporary. He's not committed to like an ongoing.
yeah. Also, I
That
think
is depressing.
my guess would be there's probably more to his story than just Action Comics. I could very well see it
Oh god, yeah.
not spinning off necessarily, but possibly continuing in, say, another type of book.
Like
Which I have my ideas.
New
what
Gods.
that could be. Well, that would probably be number one, but we still don't really know where or what the Authority are doing / are up to.
Or
And-
that guy that took off in War World.
yeah,
One-
Krillux.
Krillux,
So
yeah.
like
that
there's
basically took
there's
over
still
Warworld.
stuff that like I could easily see spinning off into, say, a Superman and the Authority ongoing, or just an Authority ongoing, that could resolve itself there, which I think would be
Yeah.
cool.
And so there's that going on. There's whatever connection Krillux has to the United Planets. There's whatever's going on with the United Planets and the GLC, and like all those planets that came back in that godforsaken Green Lantern series from Hypertime
Yeah.
that are just inserted into the universe. God damn. I could think about it all night. Okay. Next
A lot of
announcement. There's a lot of possibilities. I just hope PKJ's got some stuff lined up for the future.
Yes.
Dude, DC letting him go as a regular writer, regardless of whether or not it's on a continual series or not, would be probably the dumbest thing they've done since handing Williamson the reins, which was the dumbest thing they had done since letting Bendis do Superman.
Well, that's just your opinion, but also
Is
I don't
it?
know. I think
Letting
I think,
Bendis do Superman was
Yes.
pretty dumb.
that was not the best.
That
but
was
no,
a
I
dark
think
period
I
we
don't know.
talk about.
I get the impression DC's going to be pretty careful about it, or if not, then I don't know. I think
There's a
I think if
Stormwatch
they're not
book
careful,
coming,
Marvel's
right?
gonna offer him that exclusive contract, and then he'll be the next Hickman.
Fuck. Don't
Yeah.
say that. I mean, he would be, but don't say that.
Oh, there is a Stormwatch book coming, if I remember right.
Yeah, there's been a
Well,
lot of illusion. to
Maybe
it.
I don't know because they're doing the
I'd
story
be
in
okay with
Brave and the
that.
Bold right now, but I don't know if they're gonna spin that off into a regular series.
Oh yeah, no, they were supposed to do that with the Outsiders out of
Yeah.
that other one, but that never happened.
Yeah,
That Duke
they're-
Thomas story never got picked up either.
No, they're doing like an outsider story with Lansing and Kelly, but that's like completely different cast. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
more in line with like Planetary than what we saw in Urban Legends.
Urban
Boy.
Legends, that's what it was, yeah. So two more announcements that I don't believe we covered last week. At least one I know we didn't. Because I saw that later in the evening. Warner Brothers, Discovery Global Consumer Products, and Dynamite Entertainment are partnering. Oddly enough, this is the direction they're fucking going. They own a goddamn comic company, but they're going to Dynamite. Dynamite will be releasing comics from all sorts of animated IP that Warner Brothers owns. And the page is still loading, but this includes properties such as Thundercats.
Fuck
which is
yeah!
Getting a resurgence. Why is this page not fucking loading? And there's a whole list of other.
You said the one that matters. Thundercats, ho!
Oh god, was Biker Mice from Mars in this list? No, Biker Mice from Mars is also getting a re-release, but I don't remember what that was in.
I don't
Oh, it
care.
was something
I'm
else.
gonna be gobbling that shit up too.
But Biker Mice from Mars is amazing.
Yes, it is. That's what I mean. I'm gonna be gobbling that up.
And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin 2 Re-Evolution has been announced. The direct sequel to, well, not direct sequel to The Last Ronin, more like a direct sequel to The Last Ronin, The Lost Years.
The
I think it's
Lost
called.
Years, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty damn good if y'all ain't read any.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Which is going to be telling the story of the four young turtles as they are a little more grown up and become ninjas in their own right. The ones that April and Casey's daughter started training at the end of The Last Ronin.
So they're the adult mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, they're like when we first met them, they were
AMNT.
children. They might
I
just
see.
be teenagers now.
They're still teenagers.
Well, they weren't teenagers in the first place.
Aren't they called the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No,
The 20-something Ninja Turtles. 20-something Ninja Turtles.
The Turtles is going to be a part of when we saw them. They were only kids.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Get
Yep.
insurance.
I thought
get
you were talking
account,
about like
turtle
yeah,
power.
adult
When-
versions of the Turtles.
When The Last Ronin 2 come, they will become teenagers.
Right.
I
Okay.
imagine. Either that or... I don't know,
20-something
there's
Ninja
stuff.
Turtles.
Yes.
All
Ninja Turtles.
right. Well, that is, as far as I can tell, all the announcements that we did not get to talk about last week. And we got a lot of books to cover, so I guess we'll jump right into it. Josh, you want to give us the honorable mention list?
Sure do, and boy, it is a big one. City Boy number 5, Hot Girl number 4, Cyborg number 4, I just said Cyborg. Cyborg number 4. Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong number 1. Batman White Knight Generation Joker number 6. That's the end of that series. Harley Quinn Black and White and Red are number 4. And then finally the Sandman Universe Nightmare Country, The Glass House number 5.
Yeah, Cyborg is what sunk the Titanic NFT.
You're a riot.
Hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You
I
know
said,
what?
I'm
I
here
think
all night.
I think Brandon doesn't like the rim shot because he does it better. I think.
You need to record you doing a rim shot.
Yes.
I have done a rim shot at a let's get through the honorable mentions, then I'll tell you the rim shot story.
I've listed them all, and I'll get into a little bit more of on them in the bonus show, our spotlight in the Discord. Yeah, but yeah, no, you need to record a rim shot and a drum roll for us.
Yes. Well, yeah. If you want to comb through old school video recordings, there is a video of me doing a rim shot. We used to play these like Christmas, I guess not festivals, but like like the Christmas or like holiday themed performances that like a high school do or whatever. And
Festivals.
yeah, and I was in jazz band, so they would always have us play like something like, "Oh, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch," or like whatever it was, or something like that. And they would always have this segment where like the two student council presidents would just get up there and make terrible jokes. In my first year, and in jazz band, I couldn't help myself because like they were just going on, and I was like, I can't do it. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't indulge this. But like the last one, I ended up just playing the rim shot, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And I'm so ashamed of myself.
You shouldn't be. Sometimes it takes a rim shot for people to fully appreciate a joke.
Yeah.
Even late show hosts use it. So
Exactly.
I
Conan
felt
like
embarrassed.
like a suspiciously high amount.
Yeah.
And Jimmy Kimmel, he uses it.
Oh yeah.
Not often, but he does.
Kimmel needs it.
Kimmel needs it.
That's true.
His brand of humor isn't exactly the greatest, but as a person, he's fucking awesome.
I'm still a little bitter because he is a self-proclaimed nerd, and I totally believe it because he is a full-on MCU nerd and Marvel nerd. And he knows the comics and all that. But I'm still not over that one night he had a whole bit about people that watch video game streamers and video game YouTubers and just completely misunderstood the entire fucking point of the entire industry. I guess you could call it an industry. The entire group of people that post videos of them playing video games and the entire community that watches it. And he just got blasted online for about a week. And then the next week he had to apologize, but then made fun of us again. Like, it's not over that. I like Kimmel, but that rubbed me the wrong way. Call it a grudge.
It's a grudge. I mean, I don't understand the appeal of watching other people play video games. But
you are a game streamer.
I don't know why people watch it.
Oh goodness, and fuck him for never having Matt Damon on.
One of these days, Matt Damon's gonna show up and guest host.
He did. It was fantastic. All right. So yeah, let's get into the books. We're gonna start off with Titans number 4. Brandon, you want to take us away?
I will. Titans number 4 is written by Tom Taylor with art from Nicholas Scott, colors from Annette Kwok, and letters from, I probably should have written that down. That's not his name. I'm just lazy. Fun fact, Tom Taylor was also at New York Comic Con. Can you guess how many books I got signed by him?
0.
Yeah. Anyway,
I imagine
his
lineup was too big.
I'm not salty about it. I don't know where the fuck he was. He was like dodging his booth, but that's not important. And it definitely did not impact the score of this book. Lettered by Wes Abbott. Gar questions the Titans' role as fighters versus saviors. Raven gives him a pep talk while they fight off some Bloodhaven street toughs. Titans investigate the meteor they picked up from the Church of Eternity. Gar calls the Titans to a meeting where he asks to do more than just fight monsters and fires, like helping reforest trees in Borneo. Dick approves and Wally wants to help, but he is shut down by Dick and later Wally's wife Linda. In Borneo, demolition team is rounding up the citizens, but Gar and the rest of the Titans show up shortly to help stop them. At Titan's Tower, Linda is infected with a strange alien contaminant by Tempest, unbeknownst to Wally. Cyborg is called away from the fight in Borneo to help bring Wally to a secret base on Mars where he will be safe, but Linda is there with him. Oh no, the end. Yeah, it sounded a little robotic. This summary was written by ChatGPT. No, I'm kidding, but it might as well have been. I don't know. It's a perfectly okay issue. It was decent action, and I really like the character work with Beast Boy. I like that he's in a much more mature light here, and kind of wants to be more proactive than reactive. But I don't know. That's kind of it. Like, it felt like a very meh issue to me. So I gave it an 8 out of 10. Like, very solid, very well executed. But I couldn't walk away from this issue and say I loved it. So that's why the summary was just kind of like very straightforward, because it just felt like, yeah, things happen in this issue. That's it. So that was really kind of all I had to say.
Honestly, it's exact same. I agree. Things happened. Not necessarily boring things, not necessarily bad things.
No, like interesting things, but
like great things. But yeah, it was not much plot really got moved along. They kind of just hinted at a few more pieces. So like, okay, like this portion of the story is going to get talked about. This portion of the story is going to talk about this. There's so much going on that there's almost not enough page count to really address all the stuff that's going on in Titans right now. It's kind of crazy. But I can agree with you. Like, having Beast Boy in that more mature light is actually really good, and it's what's going to separate the Beast Boys from the Beast Mans.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Beast Man already kind of sucks.
Hey, Masters of the Universe doesn't count.
I'm not talking about that Beast Man.
Oh my god.
Actually, I messed up and I meant Beast Master. My bad.
Is it Beast Mans or Beast Men? I just want to make sure my grammar is correct for posterity's sake. I feel like I need to know.
I'll have to look that up and get back to you. I'll reach out to my Beast contacts.
I think I'll give it an 8.5. Because the art's fucking fantastic.
I gave it an 8.5 too. I thought it was a pretty interesting read. I think they did a good job of showing that Garth, his scalding of Gar really did light a fire underneath his ass. Yeah. It's cool to see that the saving the world part of their job isn't just fighting incoming alien apocalypses. It's actually working to save the world.
Yeah.
Now the Linda thing, I really need to see how this works into the Flash book, unless the remainder of this story will also have a bunch of caption boxes that say happened before Flash #1. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's not the best issue that's out there, but the change in world saving, the voices for the Titan members, and the bad guy that only needs seconds to act, I really dig. And I dig the art equally as much, both lines and colors. I think it's done really well. It's a great effort for a book, and it was successful. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10.
And the only other thing, I forgot to look it up, Demolition Crew.
Yeah.
Were they the same people in Jeremy Adams' Green Lantern #1?
I thought about that, and I don't know, to be honest.
I forgot to look it up.
Yeah.
That was the Wrecking Crew, wasn't it?
Well, no, the Wrecking Crew's from Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
No, it's the same Demolition Crew, but
yeah.
I don't know. I guess you could say it's a different faction, although Demolition Team is like
different people.
Yeah, well, it's usually just like 4 or 5 people. I guess I never thought they're not like Hive, like they have so many drones. I guess I just assumed it was like 5 or 6 people. Like it was supposed to be like Marvel's Wrecking Crew.
Yeah, but not as cool.
Not as cool.
Yeah.
They don't have a scoop shovel.
Bummer.
No.
Do they have an excavator?
shovel. What was that?
Shut up with that right meow.
Wait, no, I'm a fool. Scoop Shovel is part of the demolition team.
Ah, shit.
What am I thinking of? I don't know. It'll come to me later.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's pretty fucking easy.
All right.
All right. So
Yeah.
now we'll move on to Batman Superman World's Finest. Josh's favorite. Let's go.
Wait a second.
Oh wait, no, sorry. I
Yeah.
also got the wrong number. Sorry. That's
I'm
on the
at-
bonus show. My
We're
bad.
gonna move on over to the Catwoman book, right?
Yes,
Meow.
Catwoman number 58. I was looking at the wrong list.
This book.
Right? Meow. It's funny.
Right, yeah.
Written by Teeny Howard, art from Nico Leone, colors Veronica Gandini, Lucas Gattoni letters, and a cover from David Nakayama. Okay, hold on.
Those covers from DNA, man. Holy shit.
Yeah,
DNAs are fucking awesome. So, all right, this issue starts up immediately where the last one left off. Catwoman confronting and in a bad way Batman on the roof to ask him what he did to Red Hood. Meanwhile, Lady Clayface does a little recon as Catwoman to find out Savage's plans, stumbles onto Savage and Scandal and finds out their plans. Vandal cuts their head off. That's how they find out that it's Lady Clayface. Next, Vandal Savage rounds up a bunch of known villains in Gotham to offer them immortality and the best tech on Earth, meaning the stuff he's got in the Batcave, if they find the Lazarus fragments for him. Meanwhile, Jason is trying to get to Bruce because of how frightened he is. He passes by some cops who start chasing him, and he rushes by a house as he's running away. The house is on fire. He hears a kid needing help. He jumps into the fire to save her, and then is too scared to get them out. Some thievery goes on while Catwoman and Scandal's friendship is dissolved. Then we see Selina going to Bruce's house for more info on Jason, but I guess more info isn't the right way to still try to get info on Jason. There is no info, and off they go looking for him. They track him quickly to the burning house, and they save him as Selina admonishes Bruce for what he's done to Jason. The three of them are standing next to each other, and they make an agreement to share everything that they know with one another. Flip the page, and we see some of Savage's goons that don't know they're goons. Scarface and the Ventriloquist, the Mad Hatter, Professor Pig, Black Mask, Two-Face, Firefly, and Killer Moth, with Black Mask and the Ventriloquist cosplaying as Batman. Poorly, might I add. Not exactly what I would call a superstar team. But that's it. The story is almost over. We have the second Red Hood book, and then Scorched Earth to wrap the whole thing up. As far as this one goes, I'm going to start with the art. I really like Nico Leone and Gandini. I see inconsistency throughout the art, even the shape of Bruce's head on the same page, the shape of Selina's eyes. Faces vary from page to page and sometimes from panel to panel. Style changes from one panel to another in some places. The coloring is pretty damn good, but I feel like Leone is far from the best they've done here. Like, way far. As far as the story goes in this issue, I'm kind of whelmed. A few things I'm not really cool with here. One, Batman is at war with everyone, including his kids, himself, and pretty much every single criminal in Gotham, even brainwashing Jason. But when Selina shows up, the person he has the biggest problem with now, because she's leading a revolt in Gotham, he gets all mushy. They kiss. Later on in the apartment while they're talking about Jason, where she's demanding to know what he's done to Jason and where he's at because she knows it's wrong, they're holding hands. There's no real discussion about what Bruce did. Instead, he actively avoids answering the question. There is absolutely no resolution, let alone any progression between Bruce, Selina, and Jason. Yet it ends by saying we share all the information with each other, and it's Batman that says that? I mean, y'all know I'm a Howard fan and a fan of Nico Leone, but this issue is weak as fuck. Great colors, but little else. I'm really not a huge fan of the cover from Nakayama, who I normally like. This issue was just all the way off for me. It's the first time I've ever really truly shit on a Teeny Howard book. unless you count those road trip issues. Everything else has been great, even Golden, but that was up until now. Catwoman number 58 gets a 5.5 out of 10.
That's rough. Well, I think you hit the nail on the head. This event is almost over, which is how I feel about this book. Although I wish it would have been over much faster than when I read it. I don't know. It was such a whatever issue. I pretty much just echo most of what you said. I don't hate Nico Leone's art quite as much. I think it's fine, but it's certainly not winning any awards. But my problem is just this story and how little I care about it. Also, I don't know what kind of voice this is, but I hate the way Jason is in this issue. I know it's like a very ridiculous thing to complain about, but it was just like annoying.
No,
Yeah,
voices matter a lot to me, and I think she's trying to just write him as weak-minded right now, but it comes across as like a little kid.
Yeah, he's like a teenager. I'm like, what era is this? Is he Robin again? I don't know. I gave this a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, the voice for Jason is like there's fear, and then there's like you're a different person. It doesn't quite feel right. I 100% agree with that. Son of a bitch. I was trying to do this quietly. As for the rest of the issue, though, the rest of the story, I honestly, for some reason, I didn't mind it. I didn't feel that sense of just like, ugh, apart from the Jason stuff. Just like the whole thing with Jason right now is just, what are you doing? Why is this happening? What is the point? How do you think this? When it's this? It's all the W's, all of it.
So, like for me, I don't mind the story. I'm actually interested in the story. I think the story could do a lot for Gotham, a lot for the Bat family, as long as it gets pulled off in the next two issues. But I don't like the things that happen during the story.
Yeah, that's basically it. Like the whole concept, I'm not 100% against, apart from the whole family fighting thing, and the Vandal Savage stuff. I think is actually an interesting twist. That might be the only part I really care about now. And this issue was chock full of the Vandal Savage stuff, so I'm all for that. And it seems like the family fighting might be done and over with now anyway. After the last battle,
we'll see.
Tim and Damian hugged it out and said, "We're going to save our dad." And now Bruce is working with Jason and Selena together finally. So it looks like the infighting might be over with, but we'll see what Chip Zdarsky has planned with the Zur-En-Arrh going on. But as for this issue, though, like I really enjoyed it all. I can agree there was some issues with the art here and there, but all in all, I still didn't dislike it. 8 out of 10.
That's fair.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And now we are getting... Oh, it's already. Shit, it's Green... Okay, Green Lantern. I thought that was... I don't know why. I thought it was last. Green Lantern War Journal number 2, brought to us by moi. And if you guys ever want to do a Green Lantern summary, just let me know. I keep putting my name down.
No, you are A-okay there, buddy.
All right. So this is Green Lantern War Journal number 2. Written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art from Montos, colors from Alex Guimarães, letters from Dave Sharp, and a cover from Taj Tenfold, as well as many variant covers. Can I just go on a limb and say right now, like Taj Tenfold, really good artist, but I'm not really loving many of the covers for War Journal, and that includes like the variants.
Really?
Yeah. Like, there's not many that stand out to be like, oh man, like I need this cover. Like, there's like, okay, that's a cool cover, but like, I'll take whatever.
What about the covers you think is kind of, underwhelming?
I don't know. Maybe it's the coloring. Like they're very, very few color choices. Especially the cover I'm looking at right now, Taj Tenfold. There's like 3 colors very apparent in this entire cover, and that's it. Like, it's not overwhelming. It's not, and John just has the same face the entire time. He just looks bored. He's getting attacked by zombies and he looks fucking bored. Like
He's been through this shit before.
he
After
has,
Blackest Night, this isn't new.
but come on. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like there's any emotion there. For a fucking Green Lantern book with no emotion. Anyway, that's besides the point. We open up in the Amazon rainforest where the lantern that attacked John in the first issue has reappeared with some reinforcements in tow, and we find out that during their investigation into the rainforest where a ship has crashed from outer space that they are actually all Durlan, which if you are a longtime Lantern reader, you will find very interesting, seeing as Durlans are typically sworn enemies of the Lanterns. At least depending on the continuity.
These are
the
UP lanterns, not Owen lanterns, so I think there's a whole bunch of difference we're gonna find out.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting stuff going on. So they investigate this crashed ship, thinking it might have something to do with John Stewart, because they're there to basically bully him into submission once more. But they enter this ship and they find that it is actually part of the Revenant Queen's zombies, I guess. Got to be one of the astronauts from outer space. And using these purple light tentacles, just tear the Durlan lanterns to pieces. And the last one, all three are actually turned into the Revenant Queen zombies. Then we go over to Steelworks Tower, where John and his mother have arrived to have an interview with John Henry, where John Stewart is prospecting a potential job, and they go upstairs, have a little interview, talk about some of the new technology Steelworks is working on, as you can see in the pages of Action Comics and Steelworks. And John Henry asks John about a little piece of tech he's been working on, a monorail that is completely magnet powered, but they can't quite get it to work properly. John solves the problem, and John Henry offers him the job basically on the spot. Now, the train ride back, John is talking to his mom, how they used to live in Metropolis, and hopes that maybe if he takes the job, she will want to move back in. Despite the fact that it is a very different city, it still wants her home. And she then changes the subject very quickly and mentions that she overheard him and John Henry talking about Batman and Superman and looking for ways to measure up to them, and basically tells him to never disrespect himself ever again, that he is they are half the hero he could ever be, even going so far as just not even masking himself and revealing his identity to the world, because he has nothing to hide. That's a real superhero right there. But before they can get anywhere further in that conversation, the train is attacked by the once Durlan Green Lanterns, now Revenant Queen zombies, to take the fight directly to John Stewart, putting everyone in danger. And then John unleashes his power and basically mops the floor with them, much like he did the one guy in the first issue.
Mm-hmm.
Takes the fight directly to them. He gets stabbed by one, kind of off guard, and the stab starts to glow, and they reveal that he will begin to turn into one of them, and that is where the issue ends. Very cool. And I'm kind of on the fence about Green Lantern right now. Like it's all good, but like I was just hoping when we got Green Lantern back, there would be more stuff in space. And I'm just like, I'm itching to know what's going on with the United Planets. I'm itching to know what's going on with the Core, and what I'm getting right now is stories about Hal and John on Earth. I'm just getting teases of stuff in outer space, which is stuff I'm like super stoked about.
Mhm.
So as much as I'm enjoying stuff with Hal and John, I'm just like, this is not what I want to read right now. Give me what I want.
I feel like I'm loving it for the opposite reason. I'm loving it because it's kind of grounding them right now. But
They definitely need it. Those two characters have been put through the ringer when it comes to being in outer space for the past 15 years. So definitely, like, I get why these two characters are on Earth, and I do appreciate that they are Earthbound right now. And the stories are really good. I think I'm loving John's, like, every issue that comes out. This issue 2 right now, but every issue that's coming out, I'm enjoying it more and more, and I'm getting more invested in John Stewart's story. And the three of us have had discussions on and off for the past little while about DC's reveal that John Stewart is like 29 years old, and I did not get that vibe until this issue. Like, I actually kind of see it now. He's got that kind of feel to him where he's still like, I'm around that age right now, so I'm getting that vibe of like, okay, I kind of see the world how he sees it right now. Like, we're seeing it the same way at the age we're at. So I kind of see it a bit more.
I still can't see that, but I understand where you're coming from. He seems so much older than that. Like he'd be around the
35,
same
nearly
age now.
40.
Yeah.
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 You'd think he would be, but I don't know. Just like I could definitely see that he's at the very least 31, 32, but I can definitely see him in that range. And him working at Steelworks, that like this guy's got a future. I'm happy that Philip Kennedy Johnson has done his research, done his homework on John Stewart, and really picked up on some storylines that fans have been asking for years, namely his family tree, what's been going on with his immediate family, because there's been just inconsistencies about where his family members are and if they're alive or not for the past 20 odd years, and delving into his architectural background, which is, as far as I remember, not something that's really been talked about since Green Lantern Corps started in 2006.
No, it's usually they kind of emphasize his military background more so than the architect stuff.
I mean, he did design the Green Lantern barracks and everything on Mogo, but that was it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, I remember the opening of, because I just read it like maybe a couple months ago, but the opening of Green Lantern Volume 1 for the New 52 is like him on Earth with his architect job, but he basically can't do it because he's too much of a celebrity as Green Lantern. And then at that point, he just kind of is called back into space and pretty much hasn't been home since.
That New 52, I thought that was 2005, 2006.
No, I think that was 2011.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
And the guy was going for a job interview.
Yeah, he was like applying to be a baseball coach or something.
Yeah.
But yes, yeah, I agree that it's nice that they're kind of tapping into those roots. Also, I mean, really, my only note for this issue was this is the most interesting Jay Nakamura has ever been.
Yes.
Anyway,
that's that throwback to
low key true, but yes, also that was just a great throwback to literally to John's first appearance where he just chucks aside the mask. That issue is very funny, very dated. Slightly questionable in terms of race, but I think for the most part is enjoyable. But that was a fun callback. But a lot of this series has just been nice callbacks to some of John's history, and I think that's why I like it. It's really kind of grounded him on Earth in his past and kind of trying to bring him back down and remind people of why he is an interesting and complex character. And I think that's why I'm appreciating it so much, is that like we haven't really got into the crazy cosmic shit yet. It's just like, okay, this is like a really character-focused, character-driven story with John and his mom and just kind of like feeling like he's stuck on Earth, which I think is different from action, which is like, so plot-driven. So it's really nice.
Mm-hmm. And Montos right now can do no wrong.
So good.
The art is fantastic.
Yeah, and I love the design. Like, I don't like those characters. I mean, I don't like them because they're not good people. But I love the designs for the Owen Green Lanterns.
Yeah. The UP Green Lanterns, right?
Yeah. The UP Green Lanterns.
The designs were really cool. So I'm giving this 8.75 out of 10.
Yep, same here, 8.75.
I think Hal's story is grounded, and I'm enjoying it because of that. John's story, I think, is starting out grounded. There's zero chance that this doesn't end up going cosmic, and that's completely a-okay with me. I feel like we're just.
Well, I think with his power set, it kind of has to.
Yeah,
he's like God now.
Plus the Revenant is completely out in space. Plus the UP is trying to take him out.
Oh, it's not even it's just
Well,
these lanterns because the UP have
Mm.
quarantined Sector 2814. Nobody should be
Rent-
flying in and out of it.
renegade Derlins.
Yeah, it's just this one guy who was like, "Nah, I want to fucking test this guy out.
Oh.
Greatest Green Lantern, my ass."
Those Derlins. Always trying
Fucking-
to start some shit.
Fucking
You never
Derlins.
really know who they are.
Fucking Derlins.
That
Speaking
was
of not knowing who they are, I have no fucking clue who Montos is, but I sure do now.
he's brand new.
This
Where did he
freaky
come
art
from? I
is
don't know.
awesome.
He just emerged.
He's
I don't know.
awesome.
I mean, I'm sure he's done other stuff before. I just don't know.
Actually, let me change that. Awesome. Yeah.
I hear
think
that. I have to sing Mrs. theme. Sorry.
line work and color work both really work for this issue. That was a lot of work. The story is pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I didn't see John becoming infected or whatever with the Revenant, but we will see where that goes. PKJ has proven himself time and time again. The art again was spectacular. The story enjoyable. Skeptical of where this is going slightly, but still a really good read. 8 out of 10.
Right on. And that is going to bring us to our last book for the show, Nightwing number 107, The Pirate's Adventure.
Oh boy, Nightwing.
Are we gonna cover it?
Written by Tom Taylor with art from.
We'll just have to see.
Yeah. Oh boy. Ha 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 ha. See. You're hilarious. Oh boy. I guess I'm getting all the Tom Taylor books this week. Written by Tom Taylor with
poor
art.
guy.
I didn't realize. Yeah, you did get all the Tom
Stephen
Taylor books.
I know, seriously, both of them, which is not a lot, but it's still weird.
That's
Anyway,
good. I always end up with the Williamson books. I don't know if you've
It's
noticed
true.
that or not.
That's because I'm a cruel mistress. That's
Yeah.
why.
it's true.
That's okay. I still love you.
With art by Stephen Byrne with colors from Adriana Lucas and letters from Tom Napolitano. We have a flashback to Dick's days as Rick. I'm not going to talk about that, but anyway, it happens. Dick reunites with Bee, now known as Captain Blood, on her own ship.
Brood.
He's taken to the
Good.
brig where he fights with her goons, but she stops them. Dick then goes up to the deck with her and exposits about her connection to Captain Blood and Bloodhaven. She mentions that she has a hard time keeping control of her crew, who question her legitimacy since she is not related to the old Captain Blood by blood. Haha. She wants Nightwing to help kidnap her brother Dirk, who is actually blood related to Captain Blood. Excuse me.
Brood.
So that he does not become the new Captain Blood because he is, as she says, a blank. Nightwing changes clothes, a man falls overboard, and Nightwing freezes up and trying to save him. Bee tells Nightwing that they're going somewhere where heroes are not welcome, and he has to ditch his domino mask since Oracle is watching. Nightwing says he won't abandon Bee again. The end. This one was also written by ChatGPT. Haha, joke, but no. I can go straight on to the backup, but honestly, there's not much to say about that one. But we could just talk about the main story if you want.
You could go ahead and do the back one. I mean, I wrote some comments about it, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Let me just pull up the creative team
Did I
for
write
that
it?
because I did not write that down.
I bet you Rob didn't read it. Rob stopped at the end of the Nightwing story.
I wouldn't blame
I'm
you.
pretty sure I read it. I just don't remember what the hell happened.
It was
Well,
basically
that's
just
explainable.
a night out with Dick and Jason, and they fight some. Yeah.
Yeah, with the three bears.
Yes. Written by
Freddie
Michael W.
Mercury
Conrad
as
with
Leather
art
Daddy.
from Serge Acuna. Nice.
it's
Colors
Freddie
from
likes
Yvonne Placencia and letters from Wes Abbott. This is basically a bros night out between Dick and Jason as they size up against this gang, if you want to call them that, called the Three Bears. They're taken down with ease, and Jason later basically tortures one of them, although we don't see it, to find out exactly what they were doing and who they were working for and all that stuff. And the guy who had employed them finds them all beat to shit in an alley with a note attached to them basically saying that he needs to stop now before he gets a major ass whooping and he knows exactly what his whole shtick is. Let's start with the main story.
Yeah.
I should be enjoying this one, but I'm not because it's kind of boring if I can be honest. Like, I don't have any fondness for the Rick Grayson era, so any callbacks to that are not gonna make me happy. And I appreciate at least that they're trying to, I don't know, twist that horrible era into a moderately interesting plot thread. But like, I really don't care, so it's not working for me all that much. And he's bringing in old characters like B, like an old flame of Dix, but like
Mhm.
I just I really could not care less. So I'm just like, I don't know. I'm in a complicated situation where it's not bad by any means. I'm just very bored with this arc, and I don't know if I want it to end or if I just want it to go in a different direction so that I can enjoy it a little bit more. But I'm in a weird place with this one, so I gave the whole issue a 7.5. I didn't score them individually. The backup story I could take or leave, honestly. Like, if you like that, it's fine. But also, this was another one where I think the writers, I feel like some of the writers who get to do the Bat Family for the first time, they get to Jason, or they have the opportunity to write Jason, and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like,
Yeah.
shit, what should I, like, how do I write this character? Because I don't want him to be too aggro, but I don't want him to be too much like a teenager. So they either try and strike a balance in the middle between those two things, or they just end up on the extreme of one of them, where he's either super emo or super aggro, or just like super annoying and trying to be like the funny one.
I mean,
Like
this
that.
backup arc is literally called Emo Buddy.
Yes, and that's I'm just
Wow.
like, but this was a weird middle ground between those two extremes, and I don't know. I was just like, whatever. So I gave the whole issue a 7.5. I didn't score them individually, but I'm very much just like, I don't know. I'm in a weird place. I'm like, I don't know if I want this to be over or if yeah. I'm confused. Let's say that. So yeah, 7.5 for me.
Feel you there, man. I think it was for the main story anyway. I think it was weird as hell that they chose an outfit that looks like that. But I'm not letting that be a problem. I feel like it's a good progression for the story we've got. It pulled me in a bit further than it was before. Rick Grayson showing up at any time makes me gun shy as hell, and I really need to stop seeing him before there's some kind of, I don't know, interference with Nightwing's life being caused by it. In any case, the art is freaking gorgeous to look at. The story moves along nicely, but Dick Babs needs not to be rocked. So don't go there. I give the whole issue an 8.25. I didn't grade the backup. Well, I did grade the backup, but it doesn't figure into the main score. The backup, I think, has beautiful art, definite heavy on the manga influence, and when I say beautiful, I really mean it. As far as the story goes, it's pointless. It's a story that's written just so somebody can write something. The voices are all the way off. The YMCA rejects served just to be weird, not a decent group of thugs. Bikers, sure, I suppose that could have worked, but Freddie Mercury as a leather daddy, I did not need at all. The backup, because of the art, I would have gave a 6.5. Should the art have matched the story in quality, it would have got a 3. But again, just grading it off of the main story, 8.25 out of 10. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I honestly didn't mind either one. The backup story, I struggled to remember what happened in the first one because I feel like it was very different. But what we got, I didn't hate. If I was grading it, I'd probably give it maybe a 7.5. Like, it definitely wasn't horrible, but not great. Like, I enjoyed it, but it could have been way better. Um,
You're
for the
just a
main
Freddie
story,
Mercury fan.
I am. No, I love Wayne. Yeah. As for the main story, I kind of dig it a lot. Like, I, like everybody else on this planet and the next, hated Rick Grayson.
Yeah.
It's maybe the only book I hate read. Like I don't hate read books. If I don't like a book, I'm just gonna drop it. But
I
Rick
agree.
Grayson had
Well,
to.
I agree, but then I keep reading Mark Miller books, so I get it. I don't agree.
Yeah. It's really the only story that I hate read, because I was like, okay, next issue they're gonna bring him back. Next issue I'm just gonna power through this, and eventually they're gonna bring back Dick Grayson properly, and eventually they did
40 issues later.
in a shitty story.
Yeah. 2 years later. See, I was like you for a little bit, and then I was like, fuck this book. I will not buy nor read another issue until I see very clearly on the cover Nightwing is back. And
Yeah.
lo and behold, issue 75 had exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah, so that being said, if I had to pick anything from that time that I enjoyed, it was probably B. So I'm very grateful
Yeah.
that she's back. I honestly didn't mind her character. Her as a character I thought was really well done, very interesting, a welcome addition to the world. And
It was weird how she just poofed when he became Nightwing.
Yeah, I didn't,
Because that
like,
just
well,
doesn't feel like Dick. You know what I mean?
not- Yeah, like that, like Dick just leaving her to the wayside was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like he was also starting things up with Babs again and didn't want any awkwardness, especially when he kind of lied. Like he still remembered some of Rick Grayson's time, but he didn't remember everything, and it's just not to the same degree. Like she sees him as the same person, but he barely knows her, kind of
Right.
deal. Like it's, yeah, I get it. It's really awkward situation, but I did enjoy her character, and honestly, kind of built out the modern day Bloodhaven a little bit. So I really liked her as a character. I'm happy that she's back, and we get a little bit more of a story to her now. So I'm digging this. Pirate Nightwing is great, if only for the caption on the cover of the issue. Yeah. Which I can't remember how it started, but Nightwing's booty. We're looking for Nightwing's booty. You're
Yep.
damn right.
That was very cheeky.
He said,
Yeah.
you're
Oh.
damn right, he said.
Oh,
Ah.
oh, now
Come for the
Folks.
sea's immaculate beauty, stay for Nightwing's pirate booty.
Yeah. Josh, did you miss Brandon made a dad joke?
I did. I'm
I
so
missed
ashamed.
it.
He said it was very cheeky.
Yeah.
Just end me now. Ugh.
There, now you're
Um,
ended.
All in all, for Nightwing, I will give. I don't even know how to score it, man. 8.5.
Is fair enough.
8.5 was good. All right, now we will move on to top 3 and favorite moment if you got one. Boys, what you got?
Number 3 goes to War Journal. Number 2 goes to Nightwing. Number 1 goes to Titans. And my favorite, my favorite moment was in War Journal, when they're on their way into Metropolis on the train, and oh, Mama broke out his full name. John is in trouble.
Oh, yeah, you hate to hear that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God. I was like, I get PTSD reading that.
All right.
All right, Brandon, what about you?
Well, it's a little hard to pick from just the main 3, so I hope you won't mind if I throw in a couple of honorable, or am I allowed to put in one of the bonus ones? I forget.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay,
man.
cool.
I break them up. I don't give a shit.
Well-
There are no rules.
Yes, if you want to hear us talk about this more, then listen to our bonus show. But at number 3, I had, for this week at least, City Boy. At number 2, I had Green Lantern War Journal, number 2. And my number 1 pick, for very obvious reasons, but we will get into it shortly, Jay Garrick the Flash, number 1. But if you want to hear us talk about that at length, you'll have to listen to our bonus show.
Do you have a favorite moment?
Ooh. I mean, honestly, the probably like, as much as I am not a huge fan of that character, Jay quoting the famous line from Green Lantern, what is that, 83
Oh, yeah.
or 84?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah. Like, he just kind of doesn't have a reaction to it. Like, I love
Yeah.
that. That was good.
For me, well, the scores were so freaking close. Number 3, I'll have Nightwing 107. Number 4, Titans number 4, and number 1, Green Lantern War Journal number 2. Favorite moment also from GL when John's fighting the Radiant Dead zombies, and one of them tells him he can't do something. He says, "Keep telling me I can't do something. Keep telling me what I can't do." Love that shit as he just beats the crap out of him.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
I love it.
I
That was
think
badass.
this is definitely going to give us some top tier John moments.
God, yes. Well, it already has.
I mean,
All three of
yeah,
my
yeah,
favorite
it's
gonna
moments in Geek is
continue.
from this issue. Yeah, it's gonna be good. PKJ knows the stuff, man.
He sure does.
Little Johnson. All right, so that is our show, number 169, Legacy 4000 Infinity. I can't keep track.
4,525.
5, okay. Actually, it's
Actually.
4,525. Get your numbers right. What?
Could you imagine someone like gatekeeping the show?
Oh my God.
Like, oh, you're not a real fan if you don't remember in episode 97 where they talked about.
And we're
Jesus
sitting here
Christ.
like, what did we cover in week 97?
Oh,
I don't even remember week 97.
yeah.
Did we record a show on week 97?
Oh, man.
Good stuff. But all right, Rob is right. That is the show. We are going to get out of here, so you'll have to as well. Be careful out there. And remember, in the Geek Matrix, everyone has a home in the Geek Matrix. You are not alone.